High in the towering Andes Mountains, where peaks pierce the sky and clouds drift like silver veils, there are whispers of a man who once became a bird. They say he soared through thin, icy air above the world, his wings strong enough to brush the stars. Children of the Andes tell this story when the wind whistles through the valleys, reminding everyone that freedom has a price, and home has a voice that always calls us back. This is the legend of the Birdman of the Andes. Long ago, in a small village nestled among the mountains of Peru, lived a young man named Illari. His name meant light of dawn, and indeed his spirit was restless like the rising sun. Every morning, while others tended to llamas or prepared the fields, Illari would climb to the highest ridges. He loved to stand at the cliff's edge, watching condors glide effortlessly in the sky. Their wings stretched wide, carrying them across endless valleys. To Illari, they seemed free, unbound by the struggles of the earth below. "How I wish I could fly," he would whisper. "If only I had wings, I would see the whole world." The villagers shook their heads. "Illari, you are a dreamer. Birds belong to the sky, but men belong to the ground." Yet, his longing only grew stronger. One night, when the moon lit the mountain peaks in silver, Illari wandered farther than ever before. He came to a cave hidden deep among jagged rocks. Inside, shadows flickered, and a strange glow pulsed like a heartbeat. At the cave's center stood a tall figure cloaked in feathers black as midnight. His eyes gleamed like coals, and his voice was as deep as thunder. "I know your heart, Illari," the figure said. "You yearn for the sky, you envy the condors, but are you willing to leave behind everything to soar as they do?" Illari trembled but nodded. "Yes, I would give anything to fly." The figure spread his feathered cloak. "Then so be it." With a rush of wind, feathers wrapped around Illari. His arms stretched, his body shifted, and before he could cry out, wings burst forth. He had become a bird, a man no longer. He was a condor, mighty and magnificent. At first, Illari was overcome with joy. He leapt into the open air, his wings catching the wind. Up, up he soared, higher than he ever dreamed. Below him stretched valleys dotted with villages, rivers gleaming like ribbons, and mountains shining under the sun. He was free. Days turned to weeks, weeks to months. Illari flew wherever he wished, across icy peaks, into warm valleys, even beyond the lands he had known. Other birds marveled at his wingspan. The wind itself seemed to sing his name. Yet in his heart, something began to stir. One evening, as the sun dipped low and painted the sky in crimson, Illari circled above his old village. He saw smoke rising from chimneys, children laughing, and his mother sitting alone outside their hut, her eyes searching the horizon as if waiting for someone. His chest ached. He swooped lower, but the villagers only pointed to the great condor above. "Look at that bird." "How magnificent," they said, never knowing it was their own Illari. He tried to call out, but only a piercing cry came from his beak. His words were gone. His voice was no longer human, and in that moment, Illari realized the terrible truth. He had gained the sky, but he had lost his place among his people. For many nights he flew in silence, torn between his love of freedom and his longing for home. At last he returned to the cave where the feathered spirit awaited. "Have you enjoyed the sky?" the spirit asked. "Yes," Illari whispered in the language of birds. "But I miss my family. I miss speaking. I miss being me." The spirit's eyes glowed. "To soar is to sacrifice. You wished for wings, and they were given, but the sky cannot hold a man's heart forever." Illari bowed his head. "Please, let me return." The spirit raised his cloak of feathers once more. "Then remember this. Freedom is not only found in flight. True freedom is in belonging, in love, in knowing where your heart rests. When the wind died down, Illari stood once more as a man. His wings were gone, his arms trembled, but his heart was lighter than it had ever been. He stumbled back to his village. His mother wept with joy, the people embraced him, and Illari finally understood. He did not need wings to be free. He only needed the love of his people and the mountains that had always sheltered him. And so, Illari's tale became legend. They say sometimes, high in the Andes, a condor still circles with unusual grace, as if it remembers the heart of a man inside. The Guarani people whisper that it is Illari's spirit, reminding everyone that dreams are precious, but they must not cost us the ties that make us who we are. The lesson? True freedom is not just the power to go wherever you wish. It is knowing where you truly belong. And that, dear friends, is the Birdman of the Andes, a magical folktale from Peru. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more folktales from around the world. And of course, press the bell icon so you never miss a story. Tell me, if you could transform into any bird and fly across the world, which bird would you choose? Share your answer in the comments below.